All right, it's Wednesday, September 20th, just following up on the SPY. I had to take a very small loss on this trade. Bought it aggressively, I discussed on the first video on this first bar, looking for it to move higher. It kind of tried twice. I was getting ready to scale out, set up a no-risk trade, but then I just missed it. And then this big red bar came down through the midpoint of the first bar. So I had to exit the position. I bought the 442 calls at 350, exited at 335, and I'm just going to watch it for a while. At this point, it's a little bit in conflict until we really get some kind of big green bar that test these highs again. I'm not really, with the two up, I'm not really interested in the long side. And yet, we're well above the midpoint of the prior day. So it's not like I'm excited to go short, even though this kind of red move, it took out the low of the day and then kind of is bouncing here. So I don't know if maybe it wants to head down to yesterday's close and the pre-market lows and still hold above the midpoint of yesterday type of thing early in the session. We have the Fed announcement coming up. That's a little bit of conflict. And I'm still a little bit, uncertain as to this weekly chart, which I've always been talking about. Are we failing this breakout and heading higher? It still looks kind of that way. But at this point, you got to get above today's open. Today's high in order to really confirm that, in my opinion, because we tried to kind of have that failure, down here and then start up higher. But then early on, things failed. So kind of this is a key level now to break above there. Maybe after that Fed announcement, we get some volatility and ultimately it heads up. At that point, I'll feel comfortable that for the rest of the week, we're kind of working to the top of the range. But for now, it's a little bit of conflict, and I don't know how much price action is going to unfold here in the morning before the announcement. Are we really going to head lower here in line with this opening price action that kind of failed the first move up and had a big red bar? Or are we going to, just bounce around here? It's just too tough to say. So anyway, small loss on this one. We'll continue to watch it. Thought it might have a chance to kind of start up in the morning, at least to set up a no-risk trade. But obviously, directionally, it doesn't want to do that at the moment. And we'll just have to kind of wait and see what happens, into the afternoon.